Hello and welcome everybody to part 2 of coLCatZ versus EGIdrA. My name is Glitch, and this is part 2, as I said, of a very good ZVZ. So far we just saw Katz go for a little bit of a push and denied the third, forced a cancel of the third expansion of EGIdrA. EGIdrA, looking for a little bit of revenge, has scouted that this third is up and is now going to try to see if he can't do some damage to that third because he knows he is going to be behind in economy. He does have a +1 that Katz is not yet running on, although it will be up by the time this attack comes in. Idra is already researching his +2 for his roaches, his +2 attack upgrade, that is, for his roaches. And here come all his roaches to see if they can't take out this third from Katz. A lot of people really hate ZVZ just because of this this back and forthness of this matchup, and a lot of roaches here coming in for Katz, but they are bottlenecked into this small choke. EGIdrA with the upgrade advantage for just a moment there at the beginning of that fight. Looks like EGIdrA is managing to deal a lot of damage to those roaches. A lot of those roaches in the back were not firing, and it looks like Idra gets a free queen kill there, and it looks like he's now going for a lot of damage on this third, and the third does go down. This is going to be a major loss for Katz. Idra's third has just come up. This means that Idra is going to be mining on 3 bases. Katz was not mining off that third base for very long, and now Katz is pushing back. Katz is now behind in the food count, 128 to 152. If we check out the units tab right now, we can see that Idra is up by a ton, 42 roaches to 27 roaches. Katz is producing roaches like mad, though, 10 roaches on the way. Looks like he's rallying up quite a few, and he does now have those infestors now. Looks like Idra has not yet produced any infestors, I don't think. No infestors yet on the field for Idra. He is researching those adrenal glands, and he is building some infestors. But these infestors, these early infestors from Katz, are going to give him a bit of an advantage in this fight. He's going to come up this choke and needs to be very, very careful about how he controls this. His roaches are going in one at a time. This is not how you want your forces to go in. You do not want to be going in single file into a roach-on-roach engagement. You definitely want to be going in as a clump, especially when your opponent doesn't have infestors yet. Looks like Katz has decided to just pull back and defend that third. He has decided that the forces of Idra are just a little too strong, and this is indeed a lot of roaches right now from Idra. Idra's adrenal glands are now finishing, and he is producing a lot of infestors. A lot of infestors are now coming out onto the field, so we are going to have a roach infestor style from both players right now. Very, very common in that Zerg versus Zerg matchup. The Roach Infestor combo is just very, very solid. Roaches are able to take out the majority of ground forces, and Infestors are just really, really good overall. Infestors just help so much with their fungal growths that are able to immobilize entire armies, or large portions of armies anyway, deal a lot of damage, and even if your opponent goes muta, it's usually fairly safe with those Infestors, because those Infestors with just, I think, 4 fungal growths. I believe it's 4 fungal growths. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But 4 fungal growths will lock down an entire swarm of mutalisks, and you can take out, oh man, with the way those mutalisks clump up, you can take out quite a few mutalisks in just 4 fungal growths from these infestors, which cost just energy, and you can take out a huge group of infestors, or mutalisks rather. Looks like Idra is going to be going for another push here. It looks like his +2 attack upgrade is up. He has been up ahead of upgrades here this entire game. Katz still just sitting on +1 upgrades. His +2 is coming up, but it is not going to be up in time for this engagement if EGIdrA here pushes in soon. Both players, very nice fungal growth there for Katz. Not quite as nice of a fungal growth there for Idra, but Idra gets the fungal growth off on the infestors. That is a critical move. Those infestors, if they do go down, are going to be a critical loss for Katz. Katz getting a lot of good unit placement here. He does have the concave advantage, and he doesn't have the +2 upgrade yet, but all these roaches of Idra are looking very low, and he is out of energy on his infestor. His last infestor does get picked off, so nice little defense there by Katz. Looks like Katz has managed to hold and come up ahead in the food count. If we check out the food count right now, we can see that the food count is 171 to 156, favoring Katz, so it looks like Katz is in a good position right now. Idra, he does not yet have that burrow, so he won't be able to burrow, but a bunch of Hydralisks now coming onto the field. Idra does love the Hydralisks. I'm not the biggest fan of Hydralisks in the ZVZ matchup, though it is starting to go that way. You're starting to see much more commonly now that in Zerg we're starting to see a lot more Hydralisks being used, a lot less roaches in the later games, in the later stages of the ZVZ matchup. I don't know if we actually have a Hydralisk den yet for Katz. It looks like Katz is for now sticking primarily with those roach infester style. No, I am completely mistaken, and I just couldn't find that Hydralisk den. There is indeed Hydralisks up now for coLCatZ as well. So coLCatZ now moving out with a pretty sizable force here. If we check out the unit tab right now, we can see that EGIdrA is up 16 Hydras to coLCatz's 10. But it looks like coLCatZ is favoring those infestors. He does have 6 infestors to EGIdRA's 0 infestors. No infestors out on the field. EGIdRA's going to need to be very, very careful about its unit control, because those infestors will definitely deal a lot of damage to both the roaches and the hydras of the EGIdrA army. We can see now that EGIdRA's 4th has now just come up. coLCatZ has been up for a little while now, but he hasn't been mining from it, and EGIdrA has managed to scout this, so he knows that this 4th has come up. We have 4 infestors now moving into that 4th for EGIdrA, and there is no detection here, so he is not going to know about this. I wouldn't be surprised if they drop a couple of fungal growths on that mineral line, or just drop some infested Terrans to try to take out that hatchery before EGIdrA is able to respond. coLCatZ right now has lost all his overlords at the middle of the map, so he does not have the best map control right now. And yes, indeed, a lot of infested Terran Marines going down right now. Looks like they're taking out a lot of drones first, and then they're going to start focusing down that hatchery, and EGIdrA is forced to pull back with all his forces, does not even see those retreating infestors going right under the noses of all his forces, pulling back, and is he going to save the hatchery? No, he does not save the hatchery. The hatchery goes down, meaning that coLCatZ is now up in economy. It looks like he's going to try to get this 4th pretty well saturated. In the meantime, coLCatZ knows that EGIdRA's army is out of position, and coLCatZ is moving in with a massive force of infestors, hydras, and roaches right now. Nice fungal growth goes down by EGIdRA, but man, they were able to take out a lot of forces there of EGIdRA there from coLCatZ, dealing a lot of damage. These Hydralisks staying nice and far back behind these roaches, where these roaches are taking a lot of damage, and these hydras are just free to do a lot of damage. The DPS of the hydras is higher than that of the roach, so if you can get a good surround there with those Hydralisks and not have them take too much damage, they will succeed. But a lot of the roaches of coLCatZ are going down, meaning that a lot of the damage from the tanks of the Zerg army from coLCatZ is now taking a massive hit, and now EGIdRA's forces have managed to hold off that attack, but coLCatZ is macroing up a giant army. The 4th of EGIdRA is just now going down, whereas coLCatZ, his mining, it's not saturated, but he's pretty well ahead in economy right now. If we check out the harvester count right now, we can see that coLCatZ is slightly behind in harvester count, but because he is on that 4th base, he is going to have a much higher economy. Both players now mined out of their mains, and looks like coLCatZ is going to be going for a second push here, hoping that he can stay ahead in that econ game. He has scouted here, and EGIdrA leaves the game with no GG. So it looks like EGIdRA, though he may have come back and maybe a little bit more laid back, he is still just a little BM with his early leaves from the game with no GG. So I hope you guys enjoyed that game. I always love watching these two players. They're absolutely amazing to watch. They're amazing to cast. Both just absolutely incredible players. So if you guys enjoyed that, please comment, please subscribe, please spread the word, and if you guys have any suggestions as to how I can make these casts better, then please comment down below. Thanks for watching, guys. Glitch out. That's right, GG.